Greetings and welcome back to Drasir TMD. My name is Drasir and you are watching Let's Play Space Engineers Survival. Yes indeed, it is a new dawn. There's actually been quite a few things going on during the night because I had some time on my hands and wanted to get a few things done that you guys probably didn't want to see more of, and that was basically adding to the miner in the capacity I said I was going to. I added some refineries which are refining away. Because we have the gold, I was finally able to build some superconductors which gave us the ability to add yield modules, so everything that we refine from now on will get much more yield. I'm probably overdoing it with the 4 of them on here, but I'll figure out later if I want to change it for a speed mod or a power module. We'll see. Probably going to be a power module because speed is less important to me than preserving power and getting more yield. I moved the gyroscopes. Obviously I doubled the amount of cargo capacity we have. This thing is an absolute beast now. I mean, just look at that thing. So with any luck, everything that I've filled out with it should balance out the weight a bit more. Only way to know is to test it, but I'm not going to be doing that right now. It's still refining a bunch of things for me. And the thing is I had to build this awful looking sticky outy proboscis to get it to attach to the base. And I don't want to have to use that. And I also don't want to have to add another set of pistons and rotors to an already clang prone potentially device or vehicle, so I'm not going to do that. What I actually want to do, and I will do this episode, is I'm going to tear this down and I'm going to build the arm on top of this refinery here, at least temporarily. Probably put something like a connector, and that will connect into the rest of the system, so all the arm will have to do is move out and connect to the system here, and I can just bring the vehicle as far forward as I can, and the arm will move out and kind of quote unquote grab it. One of the other things, I don't know if I've shown this to you guys yet, but you go over to here, you press this button. Oh, they're opening and it looks so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. But then you go over here, this is the party piece. Let's make sure it's actually going to, yes, it's good. Potum, do it again, and oh, it raises up majestically from the ground. I actually timed that pretty well. I'm glad I didn't do it sooner because that would have been unfortunate. Yes, a little landing bay for my monstrosity of a plane. But the first things first, let's get up in the air and let's go scouting because that's what I wanted to do first. So power up, unlock the feet. We want to turn this down this way. We want to turn the engines on. We want to take off a little bit. We want to move forward ever so gently with our maneuvering thrusters. We want to hit 8-4, move forward. Whoa, did I actually hit that? Or was that just my imagination? Was that just a camera jump? I don't know. We're going to fly toward the sun because that's the way we were pointing when I first did it. Now, is my engine on? Because I know I've got fuel, but is my engine on? Let's find out. Can do that really quick while we're here. I want the hydrogen tank to be off of stockpile. Oh dear, that's taking up... okay, good. I was going to say that's taking up a lot of fuel, but that's because of reasons. So we've got fuel enough for quite a ways. Can I switch on the... I cannot. This is going to be a problem. So let's boost back up to speed again. Let's go to 2. Let's find the programmable block. Let's have that set to on off, and then let's put the group, the 2 big boosters, decrease and increase. So if I turn this off now and hit the increase, whoops. There we go. It's powering up and we're lifting into the air again. So I can basically have this on a minimal power setting and use a cruise mode effectively. Let's back it up a little bit. Now this plane has got the same problem. Let me just back it off a little bit more because I probably don't need to have it at full throttle. How far can we back it off before it starts dropping? It's 22, that's the lowest. I guess we can have it on the lowest setting, that works. Oh gosh. Okay, I gotta keep aware of the horizon. There we go. And I'm just gonna keep it a fairly level flight as much as possible. While we're flying, and I have already been rambling for far too long already, I apologize, but I have some things to explain. I recently got a request by someone to maybe consider starting a Discord, and the truth is I actually already did. I set one up a while back and didn't really announce it because it wasn't ready. But since someone asked for it, I figured, well, I'll get it going. It's not ready still as far as I'm concerned, but heck, maybe some people would like to go there to hang out. The only reason I'm kind of hesitant to do it, there's a lot of Discords out there for space engineers already, but I'm not going to be sticking just to space engineers. I'm also going to be playing other games. You've already seen that, those of you who have been following along with my abduction playthrough. So yeah, I guess it could be a specifically Drasir TMD community, and that's fine. I mean, if you guys want to hang out there and chat, no problem. I will be doing some other social media stuff as well, but I'm not terribly worried about it at this particular moment in time. I haven't even got 100 subscribers yet, so it's not something that I figure I need to be concerned with. That is my next goal, though. I think I may have mentioned that too. Is 100 subscribers is going to be my first goal to head towards. So, if you know somebody who would like to watch this series, who would be interested, feel free to let them know that this is available to them. Well, we are a good 25 kilometers from the nearest something. We've got 11 years of fuel. Actually, one thing I do need to check is how fast are we losing hydrogen, because those engines will only last as long as we have fuel, and we're already less than 50%. We do have some battery power, but I did not charge the batteries before we left. So whatever power we have remaining, so long as we keep on a minimal power setting, we could technically glide for quite a while, but yeah, maybe I will add actually the engines. H2 engines, save, G, groups, H2 engines, there we go, on and off, off, and now we're running at minimal settings with 2 hours of power left. I don't know how long it takes to circle the planet, so that'll be interesting to see if that will be enough. Oh man, I really hope it wasn't like to the left or right, because that would be unfortunate. I feel like I should be able to see it though. Maybe if I fly a lot higher, but right now I'm interested in conserving power, and so I don't want to mess with what I'm doing too much. Oh, my landing gear have been down this entire time. There we go, that's much better. That would actually be really cool and funny. Oh, for a second I was like, is that the moon? No, it's Mars, or the Mars-like planet. Whoa, adjusting. Ooh, our first generated pirate something. It's an outpost, a scouting outpost. Oh, I wonder if they'll send something to chase me.
This is your captain speaking. We have unfortunately neglected to pack any snacks or food for the journey, so you're pretty much just going to have to deal with going hungry for the time being. There are no bathrooms on this flight, so go ahead and just hold that while we head towards our destination. Unfortunately, we also do not have any kind of in-flight entertainment system, so pretty much whatever I'm doing right now is all you get. But have a safe flight, and I would say enjoy it, but you really won't. It's going to suck pretty much the entire time you're in the air. Anyway, it looks like we're getting quite a ways away from the base now. A good 80-something kilometers from the base, through the planet, as it were, so not quite as the crow flies in this case. More as the mole digs. Ahaha, ahaha. But no sign of the moon yet. We're going to keep looking. You'd think you'd be able to find it, but of course it doesn't actually orbit this planet. It seems to be in a geostationary orbit. But you know, whatever works for this planet, I guess. Okay, and we seem to be approaching some mountains now, so I'm going to go ahead and focus on flying, in the hopes that we don't fly into them and die.
Is that it? Is that the moon? That looks moonish to me. I think it is the moon. We are making a detour. So we're going to even out. We're going to kind of head in a that way direction, probably end up skirting the ground a little bit, and we are going to find that location. We are going to have to traverse the entire planet to get to where we are, and I know that some of you are immediately going to be thinking to yourselves, well, why not just launch from where you are and travel via space? I'd like to, but I've kind of made up my mind to do this, and actually the fact that I do have to traverse the world is simultaneously really very daunting, but also I love the idea of like having to do a trek across the planet to get to an ideal location to launch. That sounds like so much fun because I'd have to scout the area. Oh, especially, okay, I've decided we're gonna truck this. We're gonna basically do a road trip, and what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to scout ahead, figure out my pathways, and then drive with a huge, not necessarily huge, I don't think, but a base that's got enough to get me started. Oh man, this is going to be great. It's going to be a little while yet because I still have to finish that auto drill thing. But actually, once I get to that iron, and in particular the cobalt, I'll have most of the resources I need to do what I want to do. Because I think locally I have everything I need, everything I can get on this planet is nearby. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Ooh, that base is actually a lot closer than I... Oh, that's going to be cool too, because we're going to end up having to fight pirate bases along the way. We should make it a goal too that we have to take down the pirate bases as we see them. I can't wait! I can't wait! It's going to be so amazing! I'm sorry. Curb my exuberance. Back to being stoic and British. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Rather. Where's my tea? I'll have to settle for some water and pretend it's tea. Oh, we've passed the halfway mark. We're technically now on our way home. If I just keep on this heading, for the most part, I should make it back. Well, this is not good. I'm having to power up because I was losing speed at the angle that I'm currently flying, which is putting my rate of power consumption back up again. I'm starting to wonder if flying through these mountains is going to kill me in the end. We're almost getting to a point where we're going to be heading away from base again. Oh wow, I am now losing power because of the height that I'm at. Nope, don't do that, don't open those, that's not good. Okay, we do have enough power to push through that. That was not good. That was very much freaking out for a second there because yeah, I basically reached the point where my low setting was not enough at the height I was at because the air is getting thinner, and I had to power up pretty hard to get over it. We're just now kind of cruising at low speeds, and we're losing speed slowly, but not enough to concern me too much. You know what? We're close to a point where the moon is not quite up above us, but will be shortly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in between this valley. Okay, I'm going to get kind of in this valley here. I'm going to take a GPS, and then I'm going to make a right turn and start heading back to base. It's going to eat up a lot of power to make a maneuver like that, but I don't see that we have much of a choice, and I certainly don't have the time or the power to keep messing around looking for it. Okay, we're pretty much there, so here we go. GPS, new from current position, moon launch. Okay, we're gonna very carefully maneuver. Oh, it's eating up so much power. Okay, it's not so bad. We're losing speed, so we need to power up a bit more. The original base, which means that one off now in our crosshair is bound to be our base. Okay, so we need to start shedding speed and getting ready to actually land this puppy. Oh, which means we're going to need to turn this back on because we're going to need that. We've got 34 minutes of power, so that should be enough. Okay, open those. Oops, 6 dropped the landing gear. Okay, that's too slow, too slow. Power up, power up. There we go. Okay, this is not going to be quite as graceful as I was expecting. Let's go ahead and drop that down since we're basically coming into land. I was hoping to do that sort of culminate all in one, you know, smooth movement as I came in, but just didn't work out. Now this is the part that's always kind of disconcerting for me, is the landing. Because, let's make sure the gear's down, it is. We're going to come down pretty hard. We've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes to land this thing. Oh, no, not up. Not up, that's not what we want. And here's the problem. Every time we drop, it bounces. Let's raise up a little bit. Oh! Oh no. Oh, I broke something. Okay, we're down though. So let's see, landing gear, engines off. Let's go ahead and put the engines back up where they were. Let's go ahead and turn off that so it's not freaking out. What did we lose? I'm pretty sure it was the Gatling gun, actually, now that I think about it. Sure enough, the next thing I want to do is I want to work on building an arm. So let's get started. And the script that we're going to be using to control this thing once it's built is Crane Control Script, I think is what it's called. I'll put a link in the description. I try to do that every time I'm using something new. I need parts. Oh, that's right. I forgot that when they're not powered and not built. There we go. I should move that out of the way so I can put that back to where it'll make the most sense, at least to me in my head. You would think I would have learned from my mistakes, but apparently... this is fine. Blom. 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 This actually would be kind of fun to experiment with some of the physics, some other physics aspects of this sort of thing. If I wanted to, I could technically just set everything up and use it as is, just with the rotors alone, but I do want it to be able to extend outwards with these two pistons. And I may as well go ahead and weld everything else up. But you can see what I'm doing here, obviously. I'm just adding articulations for it to move around, and in particular so it can kind of adjust easily enough to fit onto this section here, which I may as well go ahead and add a connector to this as well, since it's going to need a port to connect to. The really nice thing about this particular mod that I'm going to be script that I'm going to be using is it's extremely, so I'm told, easy to set up. I haven't actually tried it before, so it'll be interesting to see how it all works out in real time, as it were. You guys get to suffer along with me as I try to figure it out. It sounds like it's fairly basic. I actually went to have a look at the script instructions, and there wasn't much to it except adding a few groups, and it was fairly self-explanatory, so yes, I hope it's going to work out very nicely. So I'm going to need some more parts. I can take those from here, and then we will be ready to set it up and give it a try. Okay, I think everything is done except for this thing here. I need all this to be welded up, because if any of the pieces are broken, it won't actually allow me to move things from the base to the truck or the Beheminer, or vice versa. So we're going to make it as simple as possible for the system to reach its destination. We're going to move the truck. Okay, that should be good. You also don't want to get the drill to get in the way either, so parking brake. What we're going to do is we're going to set these up into groups. This one's going to be its own group, or it's going to be named, I should say, a particular thing. It's going to have a reference specific to things that turn on this axis. These two are going to have specifics to this axis, and the pistons are going to be like forward and backwards and up and down or something like that as I see fit. Now I'm going to set it up really quick, and I'll show you what they're all named and everything, and we'll go from there. So I was right the first time, they do need to be in groups. Oh, this is going to make identifying them kind of a pain. They're all going to be... oh no, they're not going to be all local. Okay, I'm going to figure out which one's which, and then I will get back to you. Every time I break one of these things, it of course drops down a little bit. I should have named them as I went, but I wasn't thinking. But then, when has anyone ever known me to think? So basically all I'm doing here is I'm looking for the ones that I haven't named that are incomplete, and I'm naming them accordingly. In this case I'm just adding crane, and this one is the elbow rocket. The last one was the shoulder, the first one was the base, and so on. Just naming them something simple for me to remember. This one's going to be the upper arm, this one's going to be the forearm, and I figure if I name them, you know, human sounding body parts, it should more or less help me to remember which ones are which. Now the actual pistons themselves will be easy to name because I can actually access them from right where they are. This one we said was going to be the forearm, and then this one is going to be the upper arm. And there we go. Now they're all named, just need to weld them back up again. Now, one of the things that we were supposed to do is we're supposed to name the control device Crane Cockpit in order for us to know exactly which one we're using. I'm wondering if I can just put some sort of control device here, whether it has to be a cockpit or not. So we're going to test that. And we're just going to put it straight on top of this thingamawhat's-it. Because if it works, we can actually get the crane's perspective, more or less. Although we might end up hitting ourselves in the face, that wouldn't be fun. Okay, so flight seat, we're just going to go ahead and change the name to exactly what it says. So Crane Cockpit. We're going to have to add a programmable block, obviously, to house the actual commands and programs and stuff. I want to try something that I had tested prior to this. So do you remember when I first set up, not that one, set up this whole control system for the drill that used to be here, that's now over here? I obviously put the timer blocks onto a rotor. I want to know if I put a programmable block on a rotor that's slightly off the grid, one layer down basically on a subgrid, will that affect the program? If it doesn't, I can put a lot more stuff like this on small rotors and use only small blocks to control them than having to use these huge programmable blocks, which I did for these ones. And I haven't tested those either. I'll get to that later, but while I'm here I may as well actually try it. So this is the programmable block we shall be using, hopefully, for this particular script. I'm going to call it 00fant crane con, because we don't want to have a whole thing there. Crane con, and we're going to go to edit. We're going to browse scripts. I'm going to look for 00. Yep, that'll work. Oh, it's even got the stuff we need here. First you need one cockpit with the name. Now it does say cockpit specifically, so maybe this won't work, but I'd rather try it and find out. We'll change it around if need be. Copy editor to editor, sorry. Yes, very good. Check code, I always do that. I don't think it's necessary anymore, but I did it anyway. And okay. Now I want to put the elbow, the shoulder, and the wrist all in the same group, and that was crane underscore turn UD for up and down. Save. The base wants to go to crane, excuse me, oh goodness, underscore, I believe that one's left and right, turn, LR, save. Upper arm I want to be up and down so I can control it separately from the forward and backwards one. I'll explain that in just a second. So block group, crane, move, up and down, which is UD, save. Forearm is going to be crane, move, and I believe it was W and S. Okay, now that should all be running, those groups should all be set. If I get into this cockpit and it works okay, this control seat, I should, in theory, let's see, trying to figure out how I can look at this so I can see it. There we go. Okay, so now Turn, turn, turn. Oh, it is turning. There we go. That's awesome. Okay, so what was the forwards and backwards one? WS, up and down. Oh, apparently I can use the mouse. Oh, I can. Oh my goodness. You can use the mouse as well. Oh, people, this is amazing. Ah! Oh my goodness! A drifting pursuant came out of nowhere and is being taken out by the array of guns we have there. Thank goodness that I decided to... oh, that's going to leave a dent. Oh, wow. Thank goodness I decided to leave... Oh, okay, hang on. I gotta get out. Oh, I'm panicking now. So there's actually an installation over there. That's a pirate outpost installation. The lookout tower hasn't done anything yet. Oh, it's going to keep sending things over. I wonder if it damaged anything. Oh, now we're in peril. Now we're in peril, people. Well, this has changed my plans a little bit because I don't want to get caught napping. But, ooh, there's lots of engines here. Of course, I've got all the metal grids I could possibly want now, so that's not a huge big deal. Okay, let me go check on... I need to go check the guns. Alright, so the guns didn't get touched. Did anything else get hit? I don't see any sparks. It looks like it's all good, and I can go check the controls for the base to see if anything else got damaged. I will do that quickly now. Here comes a fleeting rival. Oh, I don't have a gun. That I need to change. Gotta find where's the rifle. I need the rifle. I need ammo. G. Nope. Okay, where did it end up? I heard it come down. Whoa! Oh gosh! That thing nearly landed on me. Oh my goodness! There's a harpy coming in too. Dude, that was really quick! Like they sent a fleeting rival and then immediately sent a... No wait, I can't remember. I don't really care at this point. I'm just kind of panicking now. Okay, so they did get some hits on that. Oh no, 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 no. If they'd taken out this middle one... If they'd taken out this middle one, I removed the supports. Ah! What the heck? These things are so fast. Oh, that's going to land on something, and it's going to cause some major damage. Oh, no. Dude, you scratched my Beheminer! Okay. Yeah, this is not good. This is more sudden destruction than I was anticipating. Yeah, I basically took out the supports for this thing in favor of having space to put these extra windmills. What is going on? That's way too fast. I was about to pause it to take a breather, but I can't. That wouldn't be fair. It'd be cheating. I'm not going to do that. I need to get the gun on the hotbar though. Let's see, character tools, character weapons, number 4. It's another drifting pursuant too. Those ones are the most dangerous. They have a gun on the... Oh gosh! On top amber, I know I'm being a bit of a coward here, but... Oh, what if they attract... Oh no. No. Oh, this is terrible. Well, okay, it didn't actually destroy anything. Let's check. It took some damage, but not a lot actually. This is actually pretty hardy. That's worked out pretty good. Okay, I need to go on the offensive somehow, but I don't know how I'm going to make anything with that thing spitting out drones faster than you can say, here comes another drone. And look at all this wreckage that's everywhere. Do you have any idea what this is going to do to my sim speed? Oh man. Okay, I'm going to take a breather in between attacks really quick. Oh, never mind. Another drifting pursuant. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. I feel like this is way too much. And now I'm worried that some of the guns might not be... No, they're good. The guns are okay. Makes me wonder what they're targeting in particular. Is it me? They're so fast. The AI is drastically improved. But is that because of a Keen update, or is that part of a... a mod? Is that part of the mod? Now I did hear that there's ways to modify some aspects of these mods. Oh, one of them landed on the orc! Oh, my poor bit. Whoa! Well, that's blocking him from being able to fire as well. Oh. Oh, okay, so the what did you call that? The antenna range just disappeared, which means that I've got a bit of a breather. Okay, what I need to do is I need to go over there with I need to make a drone. I need to make a drone that can go over there, take out its antenna at the very least to stop it being able to spawn. Okay, this is going to be the fastest drone throw together you've ever seen. Well, that I've ever cut together. Okay, fully recharged in 11 minutes. For now, I seem to be safe. There's no sign of an antenna, which usually means that it's not within range to kill me or anything. The drone is ready. It's a little bit precariously placed, but I've got a fairly large amount of firepower ready to go. Speaking of which, I'm gonna add guns to everything. I'm gonna plaster this thing with guns. I'm gonna add guns to... I can't really put it on the drill system. Well, I want to though. I'm probably gonna put a couple of guns on these two just to be safe. I want to be bristling with weaponry. Oh man, I think this must have gotten shot. Oh dude, if this had... it did damage it. I was going to say, if this had actually destroyed the rotor... Missing parts for that. Oh, this would have been hideous if this stuff had been destroyed. Oh my gosh, this has been a fiasco. I'm seriously considering maybe switching off assertive installations, because that was a brutal attack. And I wanted it a bit of a challenge, but man, I don't want to have to keep like watching my back all the time. I enjoy building. I like a bit of a fist fight every now and then, but as I said, that was brutal. That was a gang of thugs just surrounded me and kicked me in the teeth until I had none left. So, 00 Fan, absolutely amazing script. Spot on, my friend. I shall have to remember to go back on Steam and leave you a 5-star, because that is what this is. Oh guys, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it here as well. I know this is a disappointing end. I haven't even tried to attack the base yet, but I just can't right now. I need to charge up the drone to make sure I have enough power to get over there, because it said I only had minutes, and if I'm flying full speed or something, it's just not going to be enough. However, it did say it would be charged pretty soon, so first thing next episode we will take the fight to the enemy, because that was a pain. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed all the peril and the scouting and everything else, if you just liked the video in general, go ahead and hit the button that says that you liked it, because that would mean a lot to me. Go ahead and drop some comments in and let me know what you thought, just to say hey or whatever. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I would also appreciate that. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified of when new episodes come out. And I shall see you guys in the next one for some more combat. You all have a good one, and I'll see you on the other side.